Hey guys, you've made it so far along these video trainings, and I'm super pumped that I get to do this training video with you because it's something that's super passionate to me, and it's personal development. So a lot of people think about personal development and they say like, oh, like read self-help books, or I don't have time, I'm so busy, or there's always some type of excuse as to why you could just skip it. And I've had that happen a couple times in my business. And let me tell you, I realize a huge difference when I actually am doing my personal development. So the greatest thing about it is that Beachbody actually has a success tab in our back office that you can check every day and get your daily dose of personal development. There's so many people on there. There's Jim Rohn, there's Darren Hardy, John Maxwell, who's going to be at Summit this year. There's so many great people back there that I personally read and brought into my life through personal development that I didn't even know about until Beachbody. Obviously, I started my first personal development book was Push. You guys, a lot of you guys are probably the same way. If you're a Chalene Johnson freak, then I'm sure you've read Push. So that was my first dive into personal development. I was just following Chalene, and when her book came out in 11/11/11, I was a part of the whole Push, the original Push, and it just pumped me up. And then I signed up as a coach actually like 2 weeks before that. So I used Push as my jumping off point of starting the business. And that's when I really was like, wow, personal development works. So I've actually moved into there's all different types of personal development. I do audio too. This is a Zig Ziglar, See You at the Top. Another great one that I can recommend is The Compound Effect. This one, we actually got to see Darren Hardy out at the Success Club retreat, and it was amazing. This talks about pretty much what we do as coaches. It's the little steps that actually build the compound effect. And as things just start, as you get further and further into the business, you'll learn that things just start multiplying, and you're not even changing what you're doing. It's just happening because you put the small steps in place consistently. And that's what we forget. Personal development really lays that foundation for you. We got to see Seth Godin at Summit last year, and I read his book Tribes. It's amazing. It talks about different groups of people and how we form together, and there's always a leader and a motivator, and it's really neat how it kind of breaks down groups. Some of you guys are familiar with Dani Johnson. A lot of coaches started reading her and following her, her guidance. And this book is pretty good too. I'm only about a quarter of the way through. But one is awesome is Personality Plus. It's an amazing book that breaks down different people's personalities and how you can work with them and how you can respond to them and how they would respond best to you. You learn about your own personality. You can actually do this with your partner too. So I have all kinds of stuff. My absolutely favorite thing, my favorite person that really inspired me, it's not Chalene, gasp, but is Jim Rohn. So if you ever have a chance to listen to Jim Rohn or read anything by Jim Rohn, I actually got the Challenge to Succeed, and it is 4 discs of just amazingness. And you are so pumped up and fired up. And people always ask me, like, we don't know how you do it. And how do you keep going? And, it gets hard. It definitely gets hard. And you doubt yourself, and you doubt the business. And sometimes you lose belief, and it's normal. But personal development is so vital. It's even one of the vital behaviors for Beachbody. And how many businesses do you know take time to really, enrich their coaches or their employees? Beachbody does it for us all the time at the Success Club conferences, at Summit every year, at Disney. There are going to be some great speakers. They really, really want to enrich our lives, not just with the business, but with everything. Because when you start reading personal development or listening to personal development or even just getting used to it and clicking that success tab in the back office, you're going to start feeling a little different. And it's kind of weird at first, but you're going to start noticing your reactions to things, and you're going to try new stuff, and you're not going to let yourself you're not going to beat yourself up so much, because you're learning more and more about yourself. And that's what personal development is going to do for you. It's going to do for your business. You want your coaches to be on personal development. I want you guys to be on personal development. I actually ran a group for a little while focusing on personal development, and I do want to pick that up. Actually, February is the month. If you hit Success Club this month, you will get a John Maxwell gift pack. It's a book and an audio. I'm sure there's something else with it. It's in the back office, but you get that for hitting Success Club 5 this month. So that should definitely be your goal. John Maxwell is going to be at Summit, and he has written millions of books. Well, not millions, I'm over exaggerating, but he's written tons of books about leadership, about faith and leadership, and it's amazing. I have one of his audios too, actually. So honestly, once you get into it, it's really addicting. You learn so much about yourself, and it motivates you to keep going in the business. So, my challenge, my homework here for you is to pick up a book. Even if it's Shailene's Push, if you haven't finished, if you don't have time to read, get something on audio. You can order things right off Amazon. You can order things, right through MP3, and you can listen to it in your car on your iPod. It's so easy these days. Don't neglect yourself, because when at the end of the day, it's always us answering to ourselves when it comes to working this business. So it's either you choose not to or you choose to do it. And sometimes working this business means sitting down and giving back to yourself and reading a little bit, listening to some personal development, and just regaining your footing. I just started a book, Getting Back on Track or something, and it's actually really good. It's a refresher of your why and why it's so important. And in a lot of these books, you're going to find that a lot of authors talk about the why. And that's the main thing Beachbody wants us to focus on as coaches, is the why. Why are we doing it? Why do we want to be fit? Why do we love helping people? It's always the why, so we all have that. It's just keeping the fire alive. So personal development definitely will be a tool that's going to help you, and I encourage you guys all to do it. So go out there, post on the group today what you plan on starting to read, or if you've already been reading something, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Have a good night.